Gorman. We're here with Ryan Destiny for The Fire Inside at the Independent Spirit Awards. Congratulations. This performance, where does it land inside you now? How are you feeling about the film?
You know, I guess it's something that will always live inside me, but it's definitely something that feels like it happened so long ago at the same time, but here we are. It was a 5-year process, and to be here now, it means everything, but it's definitely still there somewhere. Yeah.
Talk to me about the concept of resilience, both in this project, but then also as an artist. You know, where a lot of people are feeling tired right now. So how do you keep yourself going?
Oh man, I think it is trying to stay present, trying not to force anything, and trying to be patient throughout the entire process. I think, you know, we get wrapped up and it's easy to like have all of the noise kind of like blind you and mess you up a little bit, but you just have to come back to you and have to do things that feel right for you. So I think it's a mixture of that and also just seeing other people and being inspired, you know, and knowing that your time is your time and no one can take that away. So I think it's just a lot of reminders that you have to keep saying.
Your time is your time, but your time can also be really important to other people. What's been the most important reaction to the film for you that you've experienced personally?
I mean, I think whenever a lot of young Black artists come up to me and say how inspired they felt by seeing me on the screen, like on the big screen, I think that's been such an amazing feeling. It's been such a dream of mine since I was a little girl. So for it to finally come in this way has just meant everything, and it's surreal, but also sinking in at the same time. So yeah, I think that's one of the things that has meant a lot. Yeah.
Black voices within Hollywood have, you know, gone through so many different, massive conversations. What do you think is next in terms of Hollywood's continued reckoning, particularly in awards?
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's continuously pushed forward. You know, I think that there's so many people and voices and people of color that just go under the radar a little bit. So I'm hoping we can just continue to go forward and not backwards. And it can be a little disheartening sometimes to just see how things move. But I think it definitely is something that I am optimistic about, you know, and just hoping that it continues to grow in a really great way and people continue to see how important it is to hear our voices and see us. So, yeah.
In the indie filmmaking community, there's often a specific conversation around the idea that underrepresented voices get mentoring first and they get funding second. Can you talk to me about that? Have you seen any of that? What's your opinion on educating somebody versus giving them the ability to actually make their art?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I don't think I've personally hit yet, just what's trying to start my own project, you know. But, you know, I see a lot of my peers go through it. I see people that I'm friends with and know and love go through it. And it's just something that, you know, I guess you just kind of expect. So I think it goes, I don't know, out of sight, out of mind type of thing that happens because it just feels normal at a point. But I know how resilient we are, and I know that we continuously push through. And so many people have, you know, incredible strong voices that make it a point to call things out when it needs to be. And I think that that's very important too in the entire process. So again, hopefully it can just continue to grow and go into the direction of people actually taking action instead of just speaking about things. So
you're inside. Absolutely. I would love to hear what you were most excited about next. Shock me. Who do you want to work with?
Oh, man. So many different people. I have a list of directors that I'm kind of like scared to like say because I'm a little superstitious sometimes, or I feel like if I say it, I'll jinx it. But yeah, there's so many different, I guess, directors and writers and actors. So many of my peers, I think, is something that is huge for me right now. Like, obviously, I'd love to work with the legends out there, you know, but there's so many up and coming young talent that I'm just so inspired by. And even like, with Nickel Boys, and being able to be around them and meet them, I'm like such a fan of so many of the people that, we've had this circuit with. So I would love to work with my peers. I think that's something that's been huge on my list. So,
for people who haven't experienced it, can you describe a little bit what you mean by the circuit, the experience of building a community over an awards? It's so unique.
Yes, very unique. I don't know. You see the people that you just kind of connect with across the room. This is such a daunting but happy and exciting experience. But you can get swallowed up in it a little bit sometimes. So I think over the course of the few months of just the whole award circuit, it's been cool to see people that see you, as well as people around your same age as well. So they kind of can experience and have the same feelings that you have around everything, especially also being like new to this space as well. This is my first award circuit. And so when I see other people where it's their first too, you can always tell we're kind of like fading to the back a little bit sometimes in rooms, and we're like, I don't really know, what to say or do, or should I say hi to this person? And, so it's all of those feelings. So it's been really cool to be able to spot who you can sort of ride with throughout the whole thing.
Well, we're rooting for the Fire Inside. We're rooting for Nickel Boys. Congratulations.